From a robber getting slammed by a closing gate to suspects escaping right out of a courtroom and armed gangs attacking without warning. These are 30 of the most unbelievable robberies ever captured on camera in South Africa. The businessman arrived at work like any other day, not knowing danger was right behind him. We see a blue car speed past, moving in to block the driver from the front, while another car waits at the corner to trap him from behind. Before the driver could react, armed men dressed like construction workers were already at his door. One of the suspects fired a shot at the driver's window. The man finally opens the door, only to be pulled out by the suspects. It's clear they're trying to kidnap him, but he doesn't give in easily. One of his employees heard the commotion and tried to step in, but quickly ran back inside when the robbers pointed a gun at her. They try to force him into their vehicle. Incidents like this have become all too common in the Eastern Cape, South Africa. It's a calm day in South Africa. A man drives peacefully down the road, unaware that danger is closing in. Suddenly, the thief smashed the window and snatched the driver's phone, catching him completely off guard. The driver went on with his day, knowing there was nothing he could do. These criminals often strike on busy roads, so it's best to avoid known hotspot areas whenever possible. Watch as a man returning home from work becomes the target of armed robbers. The video begins with a car stopping near the gate of a residence. The suspects cleverly use the sound of a car horn to confuse the approaching victim, making it seem like they're waiting for someone to come out. Incidents like this have become increasingly common in South Africa, where criminals use cars for quick getaways after robbing their victims. It's always safer to change direction if you notice a vehicle suddenly stopping in front of you. What was supposed to be a quick robbery took a shocking turn. The armed suspects ended up fleeing empty-handed. The video begins with two silver hatchbacks pulling up outside the Hillcrest Center parking lot, setting the stage for what's about to happen. To everyone else, it looked like a normal scene, just another car reversing into a parking spot. But seconds later, the situation took a terrifying turn as the suspects stepped out of the vehicle, armed with assault rifles, and headed straight into the shopping mall. While a few suspects made their move, the others remained inside the cars waiting for the signal. Shockingly, reports revealed that up to 15 men were inside those small cars. The tension explodes as more suspects jump out of the cars. Inside the mall, the shop owner pulls a gun and opens fire, turning the attempted robbery into a violent exchange. Realizing they had no chance, the suspects abandoned their plan and ran, especially with a police station right across the street. The suspects panic as the shop owner continues to shoot. In their rush to flee, they all try to fit into the small car, and in the chaos, no one is harmed. A terrifying scene unfolded in Johannesburg when a group of armed robbers targeted local businessmen. The video starts with two men walking calmly down the street, appearing like ordinary pedestrians. But their real target is the parked car ahead with its lights on, the driver unaware of the danger approaching. Suddenly, a car blocks him from the front. Before the driver can react, two gunmen are already at his door knocking. But even with guns pointed at him, this driver isn't about to give up easily. One of the suspects fired a shot at the driver's window, trying to force him to open the door. You can feel the tension rising as the suspects realize they're running out of time, and the victim isn't making things any easier for them. They eventually pulled the driver out of the vehicle. It quickly became clear this wasn't a hijacking. The suspects started searching the car, likely after being tipped off about something inside. The vehicle itself wasn't what they wanted. The suspects fled the scene with valuables, leaving the occupants in shock. Fortunately, no one was harmed. Authorities continue to remind the public never fight back against armed robbers. Your life is worth far more than any possession, and this situation could have ended much worse. In South Africa, a robbery attempt went completely wrong in a matter of seconds. These robbers tried to pull off a nighttime heist, but things went wrong fast. One suspect was smashed by the gate while trying to open it, and the getaway driver, distracted by the chaos, accidentally hit his accomplice's leg with the car, turning the whole robbery into a complete disaster. The suspects left the scene empty-handed, nursing injuries and perhaps realizing crime doesn't always pay. A delivery van was targeted by robbers in South Africa. It began as a regular delivery run, but the men had no idea trouble was just around the corner. Suddenly, a car sped down the road, and what happened next was truly shocking. The armed men took control of the delivery van, forcing the crew into the back and locking them inside. A man in a white t-shirt is seen walking toward a car parked beside the road in South Africa.
Yeah, bro, that's so busy. Really? Hey.
The man by the steel fence seems to be part of the group. He's on his phone, likely speaking to someone watching the car owner, while his partners steal valuables from the vehicle. That's how these thieves usually work. A man was caught in the act while trying to steal a car in South Africa. This white VW Polo was parked along the roadside when another white vehicle stopped next to it. What happened next was truly shocking. It was obvious the suspects had targeted this car. Now they were looking for a way to get inside without drawing too much attention. After checking the doors and realizing they were locked, the suspects moved on to Plan B. They reversed the car into position. The mission was about to begin. After adjusting their position, one suspect stepped out and began working on the targeted vehicle. The empty streets and midday calm gave the thieves the perfect cover to make their move without drawing attention. What's shocking is how quickly and easily the suspect got the car door open, without any struggle at all. The suspect was now inside the car, tampering with the ignition, while the other vehicle parked a distance away to avoid drawing attention. These professional thieves clearly knew what they were doing. It's possible the car had been under watch for some time, and with the VW Polo being one of the most targeted vehicles in South Africa, this comes as no surprise. The owner was still inside the shop, not knowing someone was messing with his car outside. He struggled with the ignition but stayed calm. At one point, he raised his hand slightly, likely signaling to the people in the black car, suggesting they were working together. Realizing he was running out of time, he came back and quickly moved to the front of the vehicle, lifting the bonnet like he knew exactly what to do. Moments later, one of the shop owners stepped outside for a smoke. At first, he didn't notice anything unusual, but the reversing car and the open bonnet on the other vehicle caught his attention. Curious, he decided to take a closer look. He quickly realized what was happening but stayed calm, knowing he could be in danger if he spoke up. Without drawing attention, he rushed back inside to call for help. Watch as a delivery vehicle is targeted by an armed gang. At first, it looks like a normal scene, a white car waiting at the intersection for traffic to pass. Suddenly, the car moved in front, blocking the delivery vehicle and catching the driver off guard, giving him almost no time to respond. The driver was forced into the suspect's vehicle while others hijacked the delivery van. It soon became clear the car waiting by the roadside was part of the ambush. A shop owner in South Africa found himself targeted by criminals. It was business as usual at the barbershop when a man stepped in, pretending to be just another customer, and asked about the haircut price. Moments later, two men walked in, and one of the barbers immediately sensed something wasn't right. As it turned out, the three men were working together. The barber noticed them approaching and quickly tried to hide his phone. His gut told him something was off, but he hesitated, probably out of fear. They stole phones and valuables right in front of a child who witnessed everything. These criminals had no regard for the trauma they left behind, but fortunately, no one was injured. Watch as a thief boldly steals a car from a parking lot in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. According to the surveillance footage, the suspects arrived in a white car. One of the men steps out, walked toward the parked gray vehicle, and smashed its rear window. He took his time, knowing that his accomplices were likely nearby, watching the car's owner closely. This is how these criminals usually operate. The moment the driver steps out, another suspect follows, keeping an eye on him while the others move in on the vehicle. They stay connected through their phones, watching every move. Before making his move, he scanned the area one last time to be sure no one was paying attention. He climbed into the car through the broken window, and after a short while inside, he managed to start it and drive away as if it was his own. The next clip clearly shows how criminals today will steal just about anything. A man is seen walking alone toward the house, and it's clear his intentions are not good as he keeps looking around suspiciously. This footage shows a thief stealing a solar light in the early hours of the morning, a problem many homeowners in the area face. To avoid this, make sure your solar fittings are secured out of easy reach. Watch as this South African driver finds himself in serious trouble right in the middle of traffic. The video begins with 3 men walking towards a black Range Rover, clearly up to no good. The driver is about to be caught off guard. The driver's quick reaction saved him, using the small gap ahead to escape. A smart move that proves why keeping space in traffic can save your life.